2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future.
What if I told you that NASA and the United States military might have captured images of a giant UFO, larger than anything we've ever imagined, floating near Saturn? This is not the plot of a science fiction movie. These are real recordings that have sparked intense curiosity and debate. The existence of extraterrestrial life has been one of humanity's most fascinating and divisive mysteries. While some firmly believe in the visitors from the stars, others dismiss it as mere conspiracy. However, the growing number of sightings and the recent declassification of documents and recordings by official bodies like the Pentagon and NASA are changing the narrative. Today, we are going to explore the shocking case of a supposed UFO 2,000 miles long, captured near Saturn, the leaked images supporting these claims, and how the legendary Voyager 1 and 2 probes have uncovered data that could redefine our understanding of the cosmos. Get ready for a journey that challenges logic and the boundaries of science. Are we alone in the universe? Maybe not as much as we think. Robert Dean's astonishing claims, the hidden truth about extraterrestrial contact. Is it possible that humanity has been re-engineered by extraterrestrial beings? While this question might sound like something straight out of a science fiction movie, Robert O. Dean, former Command Sergeant Major of the U.S. Army and an influential figure in ufology, presented shocking evidence suggesting the opposite, that humanity has been in direct contact with advanced extraterrestrial intelligences since ancient times. Today, we will unravel his revealing claims and explore how his years of service at NATO's headquarters led him to uncover secrets that still challenge our understanding of the universe. Robert O. Dean was a key figure in the study of the UFO phenomenon, known for his active involvement in extraterrestrial contact investigations. During his time at NATO between 1963 and 1967, Dean had access to classified information about extraterrestrial encounters and the implications of these interactions on global security. One of his most impactful moments was when he presented a NATO evaluation document dated 1964, detailing the consequences of alien presence on Earth. This report, which originally went unnoticed, was revealed to the world in 1997, on the anniversary of the famous Roswell incident. During a presentation at the University of Leeds, Dean went even further, suggesting that he had not only been aware of one extraterrestrial group, but 4 distinct groups, and by the time he retired, this number had grown to more than 12. Among them, one of the most intriguing resembled humans surprisingly well, interacting seamlessly in aircraft, restaurants, and even in government institutions like the Pentagon and NATO headquarters. This raised an uncomfortable question. Were these beings infiltrating our power structures? What followed was even more astonishing. Dean claimed that some of these extraterrestrials were not only visitors from other planets, but multi-dimensional entities capable of manipulating both matter and time. According to his account, these beings had been monitoring humanity since its inception, influencing the evolution of our species, and most surprisingly, they had directly intervened in our genetics. In his research, Dean suggested that the extraterrestrials were not just observing from the shadows, but actively interacting with us, with a particular interest in human development. Why? Dean spoke of a deep bond between humans and these beings, almost as if we were a hybrid species manipulated to evolve into what we now know as Homo sapiens sapiens. Dean also mentioned that extraterrestrial contact was not limited to interplanetary interaction, but that these beings came from higher dimensions, beyond what traditional physics can explain. The revelation of the existence of these multi-dimensional entities not only overflowed the boundaries of quantum physics, but also altered the way we understand our own existence in the universe. The culmination of his revelations came in 2009, during the Eco-Political Summit in Barcelona, when he presented a series of photographs taken during the Apollo missions. Some of these images, supposedly taken by the Apollo 12 astronauts, showed a spacecraft hundreds of feet in diameter, visual evidence of what many considered to be a monumental alien craft. What really surprised the attendees was his final statement. Humanity as a species has had an intimate relationship with extraterrestrial beings since its beginnings, and that relationship continues today. For Dean, extraterrestrial intervention in our evolution was not a theory, but an indisputable fact based on decades of experience and accumulated evidence. Is it possible that we are living under the influence of alien civilizations without being aware of it? According to Dean's revelations, that answer might be affirmative. The idea that humanity has been genetically manipulated and guided by external forces is not mere speculation. It is a radical thought that challenges our understanding of history and the future. Robert O. Dean passed away in 2018, but his legacy remains one of the cornerstones of the debate on extraterrestrial involvement in human history. With his vision, credibility, and years of service, he opened a door to a much more complex and profound reality than we ever imagined. And although his theories remain controversial, the questions he left unanswered continue to challenge our perception of the cosmos and our place within it. The Voyager missions, humanity's grand tour to the outer reaches of the solar system. Imagine being on a spacecraft traveling beyond everything known to a destination humanity has never reached before. This is what the Voyager missions, launched in 1977, allowed us to experience. With Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, NASA not only explored the largest planets in our solar system, but also made a historic leap to the edges of interstellar space, carrying with them the hopes of discovering the deepest secrets of the cosmos. The story begins with Voyager 2, launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida, on a unique journey known as the Grand Tour. This probe embarked on an unprecedented mission, passing by the giant gas planets Jupiter and Saturn, before venturing much further to the ice planets Uranus and Neptune, along with their mysterious moons. But what made it even more astonishing was its ability to continue transmitting data, even today, over 12.1 billion miles from Earth. The durability of the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 probes is due to NASA's impressive infrastructure, known as the Deep Space Network, which continues to receive signals from both probes. These signals are still regularly heard, albeit with a considerable delay due to the distance, demonstrating how incredibly durable and effective these missions have been. It is expected that, although their transmissions will continue for several more years, the amount of useful data they can collect will extend for another 5 or 6 years. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Voyager missions is the use of gravitational assist, a technique that allowed the probes to take advantage of a rare planetary alignment that occurs once every 176 years. This allowed the probes to hop from one planet to another without having to expend large amounts of energy, using the gravity of Jupiter and Saturn to propel themselves towards the more distant planets. But the Voyagers were not just great explorers of the solar system, they carried with them a message for potential extraterrestrial civilizations, the famous Golden Record. This 12-inch copper disc, plated in gold, contained a unique mix of sounds and images representing the diversity of life and culture on Earth. The goal was clear. If these probes ever reached an extraterrestrial intelligence, they would have a sample of what we are as a species. Voyager 1, although less well known than its sister Voyager 2, holds the honor of being the most distant artificial object from Earth. In 1990, when the probe was about 6 billion kilometers from Earth, it took the famous pale blue dot photograph, an image of Earth as a tiny pixel in the vastness of space. This photograph, taken at the request of Carl Sagan, remains one of the most powerful reminders of our fragility and our place in the cosmos. But the revelations of the Voyagers were not limited to images. The probes have provided an invaluable amount of data about the giant planets, especially Saturn, whose intricate rings were studied in detail. Titan, one of Saturn's moons, stood out due to its dense atmosphere rich in nitrogen, which made scientists think that it might have conditions similar to early Earth. The small moon Enceladus, on the other hand, shocked the world by showing evidence of geological activity, and it is believed that beneath its surface there could be oceans of liquid water, which increases speculation about the possibility of life in unexpected places. The impact of the Voyager missions has been so profound that they even inspired later missions, such as the Cassini mission to Saturn, which used the Voyager probe's observations to plan its exploration of Titan. The successful Huygens mission, which landed on the surface of Titan in 2005, was based on the data collected by Voyager 1, particularly regarding the Moon's atmosphere. Dragonfly, a future mission that will reach Titan in 2034, will continue this exploration. The legacy of the Voyager missions lies not only in their scientific discoveries, but also in how these probes have taught us about our own curiosity and the need to keep exploring beyond what is known. At a time when the boundaries of space seem unreachable, the Voyagers serve as a reminder that, as humanity, we have the capability and the desire to travel beyond our limits, to discover the mysteries of the universe, and to keep dreaming about what lies beyond. The Voyager mission and the mystery of the aliens in Saturn. Revelations from Robert Dean. The history of space exploration has been full of mysteries and discoveries that challenge our understanding of the universe. However, one of the most intriguing theories comes from the revelations of former Command Sergeant Major Robert O. Dean, who, in his statements over the years, suggested that the Voyager probes might have captured images of alien spacecraft near Saturn. This mysterious sighting, dating back to the 1980s, has sparked a fascinating debate among scientists, ufologists, and space enthusiasts, and remains a hot topic for those interested in the UFO phenomenon. What did Voyager really see near Saturn? According to Dean's surprising claims during the Voyager 2 mission, photographs were taken that showed a luminous anomaly in space near Saturn's rings. Dean described this entity as a colossal alien spacecraft whose length extended up to 2,000 miles and whose diameter was around 400 miles, comparable to the size of Earth. The proportions were so astounding that it seemed like an object out of place, defying conventional logic. The images, publicly shared by Dean at conferences and interviews, depicted what he described as an electromagnetic spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin. According to the former military officer, this giant object not only floated near Saturn's rings, but also appeared to have some form of intelligent movement, moving within the rings and among Saturn's moons. Dean's theory was that this object not only existed as a space curiosity, but was orbiting Saturn, emitting a visible escape, which suggested that it was operational, perhaps for a specific purpose. Furthermore, Dean proposed that what he was observing could be a ship from an extremely advanced civilization capable of constructing and operating vehicles of such size and capacity beyond our technological comprehension. In his statements, he mentioned that these massive electromagnetic vehicles might have been active since the formation of Saturn's rings, indicating that extraterrestrial presence in this region of space was not something new, but rather part of a deeper and longer-lasting interaction with the solar system. One of the most fascinating hypotheses Dean put forward was the theory of extraterrestrial mining. According to this theory, the giant alien spacecraft orbiting Saturn's rings were not just there to observe, but could be extracting resources from these rings, a region of the solar system rich in ice particles and rocks. Saturn's rings, with their complex formations of ice and rocky material, might have been a strategic location for an advanced civilization seeking rare minerals or energy resources to use on their own planets or even in interstellar travel. Although the idea of extraterrestrial mining in Saturn's rings may seem speculative, the possibility of highly developed civilizations capable of harnessing space resources is not entirely far-fetched. In fact, many scientific theories about humanity's future suggest that asteroid or planetary mining could become a key resource in the future, and the idea that an alien civilization could have reached that level of technology is not so distant. One of the most puzzling features of the object, according to Dean's images and testimonies, is that in the different photos, the alien object appeared to change shape. In some images, it seemed circular, while in others, it appeared more cylindrical, suggesting that its structure might be flexible or have different modes of operation. This ability to change shape fueled speculation that it was a spacecraft with advanced technology, capable of adapting its structure according to its purpose or the conditions of its environment. Dean's startling claims weren't limited to Saturn. According to him, the Voyager probes would have also detected similar spacecraft orbiting the Sun, Jupiter, and Uranus, suggesting a network of ships that could be operating in multiple parts of the solar system. These ships wouldn't be simple occasional visitors, but could be part of a much larger extraterrestrial infrastructure, covering several key regions of our cosmic neighborhood. This kind of extraterrestrial presence theory in the solar system raises questions about the true nature of these objects and their potential connection to our own planet. The Cassini spacecraft and the mysterious shadow on Saturn's rings, a natural phenomenon or something more? The exploration of Saturn's mysteries and its rings has always fascinated both scientists and space enthusiasts. However, in 2017, NASA's Cassini spacecraft revealed a scene as intriguing as it was perplexing, which captured worldwide attention. A shadow cast on Saturn's B ring, seemingly originating from a tiny satellite just 400 meters in width. This event, captured during Saturn's equinox in August 2017, sparked a wave of speculation about what might be happening in the Saturn system. Is this a natural phenomenon, or are we dealing with something more mysterious? On August 11, 2017, Cassini, on its final mission before its ultimate demise, seized a unique opportunity, a Saturn equinox, a rare cosmic event that occurs only once every 15 Earth years. During this phenomenon, the Sun illuminated Saturn's equator, creating perfect conditions to observe the projection of shadows on its rings. At that exact moment, Cassini detected a sharply defined shadow projected onto Saturn's B ring, a ring mostly made up of ice particles. The shadow was striking, 25 miles long and caused by a tiny moon orbiting Saturn. This satellite, believed to be about 400 meters in width, moved almost imperceptibly compared to the vastness of the planet and its rings. But its projected shadow was clearly visible due to the perfect solar alignment. Although most of the scientific community considers this phenomenon a natural manifestation of Saturn's system, the circumstances surrounding the projected shadow have led to more speculative theories. Some have suggested that this phenomenon could be more than just a simple projection from a moon, and instead, it might be caused by an alien spacecraft. The idea that the shadow cast on Saturn's rings could have been caused by an alien spacecraft is certainly an intriguing hypothesis, but there is still no scientific evidence to support it. Conspiracy theories and speculations about the presence of extraterrestrial ships in the solar system or even in Saturn's very rings continue to be subjects of debate. Some argue that the precision of the shadow and the unusually defined shape of the object could be signs of alien technology. However, these claims have not been confirmed by official scientific studies. Norman Berggren and the Ringmakers of Saturn, a hidden extraterrestrial reality? The enigmatic claims about alien spacecraft in our solar system have taken a fascinating turn thanks to the statements of Dr. Norman Berggren, a former NASA engineer and author of the influential book Ringmakers of Saturn. According to Berggren, Saturn's rings are not merely natural structures, but could be the product of enormous extraterrestrial vehicles that not only orbit the planet, but also actively participate in the creation and maintenance of its rings. These ideas, though controversial, have sparked debate over the extent of alien interaction in our solar system. In his 1986 book, Berggren presented a revolutionary hypothesis based on his analysis of images captured by the Voyager missions. According to him, these photographs showed gigantic cylindrical objects within Saturn's rings. These extraterrestrial vehicles, referred to by Berggren as ringmakers, seemed to be emitting materials that contributed to the formation of the planet's rings. Berggren emphasized that these cylindrical objects were not limited to Saturn. He He argued that similar images suggest the presence of such spacecraft in the rings of Jupiter and Uranus, implying that this alien activity could be a much more widespread phenomenon. The idea that the rings of gas giant planets are, at least in part, the product of these advanced structures redefines our understanding of the solar system. One of Bergrun's most controversial claims was that these alien ships are not only present, but are rapidly multiplying, reaching what he described as a critical level. According to Bergrun, this proliferation could be a cause for concern, as a technologically advanced civilization, not understood by humans, might have unknown intentions. Bergrun warned that the rapid reproduction of these ships could disturb the natural balance of the solar system or pose a direct threat to humanity. Although he did not provide conclusive evidence for this threat, his statements have inspired conspiracy theories and speculation about potential extraterrestrial intervention in Earth's history. Bergrun's claims have been met with skepticism by the scientific community. Many consider his ideas to lack sufficient empirical support, as they are primarily based on interpretations of planetary images captured by the Voyager probes. However, Bergrun was no stranger to the aerospace field. His career at NASA's Ames Research Center and his involvement in classified projects at Lockheed Martin gave him access to privileged information and granted him credibility among UFO enthusiasts. Critics argue that the blurry photographs and unusual features observed in Saturn's rings could be explained by natural processes such as gravitational disturbances or particle collisions. However, the complexity and regularity of the phenomena described by Bergrun continue to intrigue those open to alternative theories. The possibilities of life on Saturn, the mystery of Enceladus. Between 2004 and 2017, the Cassini spacecraft undertook one of the most ambitious exploration missions in human history, unveiling the secrets of Saturn's rings and moons. In collaboration with NASA, the European Space Agency, ESA, and the Italian Space Agency, ASI, the Cassini-Huygens mission provided scientists with an unparalleled perspective on this distant world. However, it was one particular discovery made after the mission that has sparked new expectations about the possibility of life beyond Earth. One of the most astonishing moments occurred when the presence of phosphate was discovered in the underground ocean of Enceladus, one of Saturn's most intriguing moons. This ocean lies beneath a layer of ice, and its mysterious plumes of water and vapor, which erupt from cracks in the surface, revealed much more than just water. Sodium phosphates and elevated concentrations of phosphorus were detected by Cassini's radar sensor in 2014, opening a new chapter in the search for extraterrestrial life. Phosphorus, an essential component for life as we know it, is a fundamental ingredient in structures like DNA, RNA, and cell membranes. Its presence in Enceladus's underground ocean significantly increased the chances that in such a remote and seemingly inhospitable environment, the conditions necessary for microbial life could exist. According to Frank Postberg, a planetary scientist at the Free University of Berlin and the lead researcher of the study, this discovery is the first known indication of phosphorus in an ocean beyond Earth, making Enceladus one of the most promising places in the search for extraterrestrial life. The discovery of methane, dihydrogen, and carbon dioxide. Is there life on Enceladus? In 2004, NASA's Cassini mission began exploring Saturn's rings and moons, providing a vast amount of data that continues to astonish scientists. Among these discoveries, one of the most striking was the detection of methane, dihydrogen, and carbon dioxide in the plumes of Enceladus, Saturn's icy moon. These molecules, essential for biological processes on Earth, could suggest the presence of life forms, or at least conditions that could support it. The concentrations of methane and dihydrogen, two key elements for microbial life on Earth, challenged conventional geological explanations, opening the door to a fascinating hypothesis. Extraterrestrial bacteria could be using these compounds as part of a biological process similar to that of Earth's hydrothermal vents. Researchers suggest that in Enceladus's underground oceans, hidden beneath several kilometers of ice, there might be microbial activity consuming dihydrogen and producing methane, analogous to what occurs on Earth in extreme environments such as deep-sea fumaroles. This would represent a form of life based on chemosynthesis rather than photosynthesis, which does not rely on sunlight. Scientists like Regis Ferrier from the University of Arizona have developed models combining geochemistry and microbial ecology, suggesting that the methane data found by Cassini is consistent with microbial activity in extreme environments. Although life on Enceladus remains a theoretical possibility, these discoveries provide a solid indication that the conditions could be favorable for some form of simple organism. Despite these advances, as planetary scientist Christopher Glein points out, the presence of methane and other elements does not guarantee the existence of life. However, it represents a crucial step in the search for life beyond Earth and expands the possibilities that other worlds in our solar system, such as Enceladus, might harbor unknown life forms. While scientists explore the hidden oceans of distant moons like Enceladus, humanity also faces aerial mysteries on our own planet. In 2004, during a training flight off the coast of California, Navy pilot David Fravor had a puzzling encounter with an unidentified flying object known as the Tic Tac UFO. This strange artifact, described as a white object without wings or visible markings, exhibited behaviors that defy the laws of physics and known technology. Fravor and his team, aboard a FA-18F Super Hornet from the USS Nimitz, observed the Tic Tac moving at incredible speeds and changing position at will, without any visible trail or mark. The most astonishing part was when the object disappeared at high speed, only to reappear 60 miles away in a matter of seconds. This encounter, along with Fravor's testimony before the House Oversight Committee, has reignited the debate over unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP. In his statement, Fravor claimed that what he saw was far beyond the material science and capabilities we had at the time, hinting that the object could be of extraterrestrial origin or belong to some unknown advanced technology. The mysterious triangular UFO, Luis Elizondo, reveals a secret Pentagon photograph. A stunning sighting of a black triangular UFO emerging from the ocean has left experts and enthusiasts of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, perplexed. Captured by a U.S. Navy pilot, this image remains classified in Pentagon files, fueling speculations about the presence of advanced or even extraterrestrial technology. Although the existence of the photograph has not been officially confirmed, sources within the government hint that it may be real, plunging the community into a sea of theories. In a 2020 interview, Luis Elizondo, former head of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP, spoke about this mysterious photograph. Elizondo, known for his stance in favor of UAP disclosure, mentioned that the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, UAPTF, has documented several sightings of inexplicable aerial objects, including one of a large black triangle with bright lights at its corners, emerging directly from the ocean. According to Elizondo, this image was taken by military aviators during a mission near the U.S. East Coast and is recorded in Pentagon files. What adds even more intrigue to this sighting is the context in which it occurred. The pilots who allegedly captured the photograph were operating from nuclear-powered aircraft carriers like the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower or the USS John C. Stennis, which has sparked theories about a connection between UFOs and nuclear facilities. Over the years, there have been reports of these objects approaching military facilities, fueling speculation that these phenomena may be interested in humanity's nuclear capabilities. One of the most surprising revelations from the UAPTF is the focus on USOs, the unidentified submerged objects. Objects that not only move through the air, but also have the ability to move underwater, defying known laws of physics. There are testimonies of underwater objects traveling at astonishing speeds, entering and exiting the water with ease, leaving experts with more questions than answers. This transmedia phenomenon, able to move both in the air and underwater, presents an unsolved puzzle. UFO sighting in Kensington. The mystery of the unidentified lights. A UFO sighting on the tranquil coast of Prince Edward Island left many puzzled, including an ordinary man who, unknowingly, found himself at the center of a mystery that would challenge his understanding of reality. John Shepard, a man with no previous connection to paranormal phenomena, became involved in an incident that would mark a turning point in his life. It was a typical June night in 2014, when Shepard and his wife were camping at the Twin Shores campground near Kensington on Prince Edward Island, Canada. At 11:30 p.m., the idyllic scene of the evening was interrupted by a phenomenon that would change his perception of the world. While he was watching the sea, Shepard saw something he would never forget: a diamond-shaped light floating above the water, about 75 meters from the shore and nearly a kilometer away. The light began to move in a way that Shepard would describe as hypnotic. Suddenly, a second luminous object appeared in the sky, which intensified Shepard's astonishment. It flashes intensely, turns on and off briefly. It reminds me of a spinning top, he said, describing how the lights didn't seem to correspond to any known object, such as a helicopter or airplane. Confused and feeling the need to document what he was witnessing, Shepard pulled out his mobile phone and began recording the event, commenting as he filmed, in an attempt to capture what his eyes could not. "I have no idea what this is. I've never seen anything like this," he reflected, with the feeling that no one would believe him if he shared his experience. This recording became a key piece in understanding the mystery, but it also raised more questions about the controversy. The mystery didn't end that night. Even though Shepard recorded for 8 minutes, the light eventually disappeared, leaving a trail of unease and curiosity. Not knowing who to turn to, he contacted the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, of Canada, an organization dedicated to investigating UFO sightings. The video Shepard sent was examined by experts in the field, who took the case seriously. MUFON's deputy director, Stu Bundy, stated that the research network receives about 1,000 UFO sighting reports each year, most of which are explained by natural causes or common phenomena, but Shepard's sighting didn't fit into any of those categories. After an extensive investigation, the organization ruled out conventional explanations, such as bright stars or the International Space Station. The technical analysis also dismissed the possibility that it was a drone, as the wind conditions that night, with gusts of up to 20 kilometers per h, made it unlikely that a drone could fly so stably and visibly. What baffled the investigators most was the presence of 2 distinct lights, which made it even harder to theorize about a natural cause or human technology. MUFON concluded that what Shepard had observed was a UFO, an unidentified flying object that defied any logical explanation. Stu Bundy couldn't hide his astonishment. "This is fantastic. This is a serious sighting and remains one of the best in the Maritimes," he stated after the investigation. The evidence pointed toward an unidentified phenomenon, but the exact nature of this phenomenon remained in doubt. Thank you for watching, and join us on the next journey into the unexplained. See you soon.